chove sem parar. Chove chuva, chove sem parar. Pois eu vou fazer uma prece pra Deus, nosso Senhor, pra chuva parar de molhar o meu divino amor, que é muito lindo, é mais que o infinito, é puro e belo, inocente como a flor. Chove chuva, chove sem parar. Chove chuva, chove sem parar. Pois eu vou fazer uma prece pra Deus, nosso Senhor, pra chuva parar de molhar o meu divino amor, que é muito lindo, é mais que o infinito, é puro e belo, inocente como a flor.
All right, and we should be live. Hopefully someone in chat can tell me if the microphone is okay, if you can hear the music all right. All these sorts of things that make a good stream that's really hard for me to tell from my end. All right, but it looks like everything is honky-dory, so unless someone in chat tells me something's amiss, let's just go ahead and dive right into this. So tonight what we're going to do is we are doing a session prep. We are doing episode 4 of my Killers of the King campaign. So the premise of Killers of the King is that each episode is a one-shot adventure. And if you link them all together, they will tell a wider story. So what I am trying to do tonight is plan out episode 4 of this campaign. So maybe a good place to start would be to talk about what happened in the last 2 times. 'Cause I thought we had a pretty outstanding. I think episode 3 is probably the best one that we've had so far. So in the first 2 episodes were pretty straightforward. We had a team of 4 bounty hunters, and they had a target, and they had to go to the location where the target was and nab them. And after doing that successfully twice in a row, the team managed to drag their 2 captives, the 2 regicides, back to the Sergeant of the Senate, who is the sort of person leading the hunt for the regicides at the Queen's request. They met Alexandria Louis, and they were absolutely delighted by him. They really fell in love with this NPC. And the mission was, they need to go to this noble's villa. This noble is going to host a dinner party in hopes of nabbing a Gnostic leader called Oki. The Gnostics are the cult that temporarily took over the kingdom and executed the previous king. Now the queen wants revenge on them. So the team's like, okay, we can go to this villa. This noble's gonna throw a dinner party, and hopefully this Gnostic will show up and we can nab them. And Alexander Louis also told them that, well, we also sent 2 other agents on this quest, and they never returned. So of course the noble that was hosting the party was actually the Gnostic in disguise. He had a secret printing press, and he was against the White Church. One of our team members almost fell into a trap. Millicent almost became a Gnostic, trying to figure out some secret lore. And when they got there, they found that the dinner party was not a normal dinner party. It was like a worship service. There's a whole bunch of other cultists back there in the barn, and they were like locking arms, singing, and all waiting for the diva to show up for dinner. The dinner party was actually a summoning of an angel. And so the session ended with not only them finding their target, the noble of the villa was Oki. They also ran into, quite by surprise, the commander of the Gnostic army, a much higher level of bad guy than they were prepared to face. And then furthermore, right after that, they succeeded in summoning an angel. The Gnostic cultists brought an angel into the realm, and the angel proceeded to kill everybody. Our heroes escaped, their target died, and they did not manage to stop, very, very nearly, but they did not manage to capture the leader of the army. So in that they were not expecting to be there, but still showed up. So that's where we are right now. So last session, it was a really cool mystery. They had a lot of fun exploring the villa, sort of piecing all together what happened. And it ended in sort of a bang. This angel got summoned and totally wiped everything out, and the team had to flee. So now we need to plan this next session. If you summon an angel, they obey you. Well, we sort of left it out in the open, right? Yes, it's sort of part of the secret lore here, I guess. That when the angel showed up, it did what it was supposed to do, and it just started killing everybody, and it burned the barn down. The Gnostics are sort of a death cult, right? They think their bodies are corrupt, and they want to be freed from them. So they didn't really mind. And what's interesting is, traditionally by the lore, angels are like only servants of the gods, and the gods are good. And yet these people who are claiming to worship, who everyone else is thinking are worshiping a corrupt version of God, were still somehow able to summon an angel. And it did what they wanted it to do. So that was kind of cool. So we're going to explore that. I think we're going to explore that a little bit later in these coming sessions. All right. So episode 4. So I have an idea for something that I want to do. And we're going to see how this plays out. Their target is going to be a wizard. Right? And it was going to be the leader of the spy network. He's a diviner. So this whole time, the team has been plagued by, if they travel throughout the city, the Gnostics sort of know where they might be going, and then you get ambushed by cultists. And that's because they have a sophisticated network of spies and information and intel. So hopefully, so that's going to be the target this time. They're going to go after this wizard. Hey, Luke! Luke is the one who does the artwork, did the overlays for the campaign. So like that starting screen that you saw before this stream, he did that, and he also does the overlays for the live play. Really great stuff. Okay, so this is going to be the target. They're going to try to get this wizard who is a diviner and the leader of the spy network. And I think the idea is I want him to be in a painting. So maybe not scene 1, but maybe scene 2 is going to be they track him down to an art studio. So this whole thing is sort of set in like fantasy Venice, fantasy Florence during the Renaissance, right? So we can imagine there's going to be an art studio there. And when they get there, there's a brush that's still wet. Turpentine. And you can jump into the painting. Into a pocket dimension. Dimension. Okay. So that's kind of cool. I like that idea. So after that, they're going to have to find him inside. They're going to have to do something when they're inside his painting, right? And this is actually an opportunity here because he can paint anything he wants. I think my first instinct would to be that he painted like a forest landscape. But just like 2 sessions ago, we had everyone go into a forest. So maybe what he paints is something different. Maybe there's a forest. Maybe it's a little happy meadow. Yeah, almost like Mary. Exactly, almost like Mary Poppins style. Scene 3. Okay, and so at the end of it, right, he's gonna, there's gonna be some obstacles. There's gonna be challenges along the way. Did he paint some trolls? Maybe not trolls. There's maybe a little too on there. What was something that he would paint to sort of guard himself in there? A dragon. Duh. There's a painted dragon. That's sick. That'll be a really fun fight. They might have to cross a bridge or something like that. Cross bridge. Go to mountains. And then there's a painted dragon. Yeah, it's a mountainscape. That's what it is. It's a mountainscape. I like that. Like it's in the Alps. They have to cross this little bridge and then get into the mountains, and there's a painted dragon. And after they fight the dragon, they have to go to the wizard's tower. In the background. That they can see in the background of the painting. Okay, so see, this is actually kind of cool right here, because way back here when they first look at the painting, they're going to get all these little bits, right? They're going to see the bridge, they're going to see the mountain, they're going to see the dragon, they're going to see the tower. So it's creating this setup and payoff that's really going to create a sense of, a sense of coherence across the adventure. This is nice. Okay, cool. All right. So scene 4... Let's do that inside the wizard's tower. In the tower. Okay. So this is kind of nice, because once we're in the tower, we have a little bit of a little leeway. I can add or take away different things in the tower depending on how much I want to speed up or slow down the session. Like the gate could be up, the gate could be down. There could be a window, the window could be closed. There's lots of things I can do with a tower to sort of help the pacing, depending on how things are going. All right. But I think at the top of the wizard's tower, he's not going to be just a little straightforward. There's also going to be a doppelganger. The wizard has a doppelganger that is disguised as this wizard has a doppelganger disguised as himself. So it's a ruse. It's a ruse. The doppelganger is dominated and changed to look like the wizard. The wizard is in disguise as somebody, right? As I don't know, a servant. I like that. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So maybe the servant can lead them through the tower, thinking that's locking them into a trap with the doppelganger. But it turns out the servant is actually the wizard in disguise. I think that's kind of cool. Because they can figure that out early, and then they'll feel really, really clever. And if they figure it out early, then we'll have to have like a bonus scene, right? So it doesn't just end like that. So if they figure it out early and kill the wizard, then the pain starts to collapse. There we go. That's scene 5 no matter what. Awesome. Yeah, an assistant like Igor, exactly. Scene 5, tower collapses. Or painting collapses. Yeah. If they kill the wizard, or discover the secret of the servant, that he is the servant. You know what? Let's make the wizard a she. We haven't had a female one yet. Yeah. And the servant, she starts to collapse the pocket dimension. And they have to escape. I'll do that as a skills challenge. Okay. Cool. Complication, maybe? Let's think of this one. Does he send out a distress signal? So cultists are waiting on the other side. Win escape. You know what? I'm just going to keep that in my back pocket. Because I'm not sure. Yeah, this is something. Yes, this is a good one to leave right there. Because I could use it and I could not use it. All right. So what sort of things are going to happen, though, the painting collapsing? Hey, David. Oh, man. Ooh, are you happy that you get to watch this this session prep because you're not playing in this episode? Okay. Let me sit back and have a think here. No, it's not connected to the painting that Millicent didn't examine. Or, you know what? Maybe it could be. All right, because you're in the stream, I'll tell you what happened. Had Millicent, in the last episode, episode 3, there was a painting in the hallway that depicted the Lord of the House, the lady, and the child. And it was revealed that the child had died, and the white church would not raise the child back to life because the child had an affliction. It was heavily implied that that was being a tiefling. But had Millicent examined the painting a little bit closer, they would have found that the child had been altered. That someone had painted over the initial painting with a new one to make the child look normal, when in fact the child was initially painted as a tiefling. So there you go. So maybe it was the same art studio. You know what? I'm gonna keep that in my head because somehow they need to get led here, right? We started on scene 2. We still need a scene 1. Maybe scene 1 is rendezvous with Alexandria Louis. Maybe because then you can see the top. Yeah. See the heads of Tom Maggi and Silas, the Quick. En route. Yeah, you know, I like the idea of this one being maybe 3 weeks after the last one. Okay. Yeah, so there's been some time to think about it. All right. And I need to see which characters are being played. Because there is possible RP moments. We have Shale, not Shale. Shoot, I totally forget the name of our elf hunter, Orion. Orion is the angel, the quarry. Because remember, our hunter here is supposed to be, he went to this whole area on a mission, and he hasn't been able to find the thing he's supposed to kill. So maybe that's the angel. So that could be, I'm going to save that in the back of my head. All right. So you know what? We can have some clues in the art studio. I think eventually they'll figure out how to jump into the painting. The brush will be still wet. There'll be footprints that just seem to walk into it. All right. So the mystery will have a bunch of clues, right? Brush still wet, footprints. Lead into it. So turpentine, we're going to have that right there inside the art studio. It's going to be like a super poison, right? That in case they're smart enough to snatch it before they jump into the painting, they can use the turpentine as a poison to hurt everything inside the painting. All the things that the wizard prepared in there. Yeah, last week, I think last week's session was definitely the best one. I mean, RP-wise for sure. I mean, so far they've all been good. Episode 2 was really great. It was a really fast pace. A lot of stuff happened really quickly. Episode 1 was fun because, I don't know, you guys, I don't know. I've liked them all. I've had a good time with each one. Check them out on the $1 Patreon. All right. So what can be happening inside this art studio? How are they going to get from a rendezvous with Alice or Alex to this place? I am not sure. All right. So what would Alex have with them? This has been a long time. So I think the danger, let's put it this way, right? Is Intel is against them. They haven't gained false leads. Oh, you know what? We can do that. That can be the cold start, right? That, oh, they go to a location and it's empty. There we go. They walk into a trap. They get there. Get to a location. But the intel was bad. It was a trap. Instead of Gnostics, Death Trap with Monster. Okay, cool. And that sort of sets the reason why it's so important that they get this wizard who is sort of spying on everybody, this diviner. So the danger is also that the wizard will know they're coming. They are after him. After her. So she takes some precautions. Like what? What? So she's also an illusionist. So what other illusions could we have inside this art studio that could maybe lead them off track? No, I like this idea of hiding in plain sight. Because everybody knows she's an illusionist. They'll be looking for false doors. They'll be looking for things that aren't real. And I think that's a little bit of irony right there. I think the players might appreciate that. Okay. Okay. So if you were a wizard and you knew somebody was coming to your headquarters, what would you do to stop it? Oh, here's what it is. An alarm spell is triggered. Triggered. Then jumps into painting. Fine turpentine. Okay, cool. Alright, this is turning out alright. This is turning out pretty cool. A painted dragon, cross bridge. But the bridge isn't finished painting. It's unfinished. He splashed turpentine on it. There we go. It's not unfinished. It's wrecked. She splashed turpentine on it to try to like burn the bridge, but instead she's just trying to melt it away. Removes the paint. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. Oh, you'd have false doors that lead nowhere. Oh. See, the reason I'm not going to do that, if this was my home game, I would do that, but I don't think that'd actually be fun to watch on stream. So, unlike a lot of people who DM on stream, I make all sorts of concessions to the fact that I'm putting on my aim is to put on an entertaining show. So that's not a bad idea, David. But that's why I'm not going to do it. Okay. So sort of death trap with monster. Let's think about this for a second. They kick down the door of an old church. Chandelier falls on them. Then something. All right, what sort of trap would an illusionist set? A weird? A manifestation of fears? Okay. Okay. So, yeah, I want a trap. It's going to be an illusion trap. I'm going to think on this. Maybe I'll ask Wally. Okay. Okay. Yep. Okay, this is okay. We're making some progress here. So that'll be scene 0. I like that because we'll start off with a bang. Like, as soon as the game starts, they're doing something interesting, right? It's not what they expect. Pit traps with illusions over them. Yeah! The floor is an illusion and you fall into the necropolis. How about that one? Floor is illusory. Fall into necropolis. Okay. Oh, here's another RP moment that I should put on there, right? Can almost died. Like, holy crap. The Dragonborn almost got so dedicated to taking down the leader of the Gnostics, he almost sacrificed himself for it. How does everyone feel about that? Yeah, okay. I'm just going to keep those in the back of my head, and so in case the moment springs, I can just drop them down. Or maybe I can remind the players, like, ahead of time. Okay, you know what? Just going to keep this all floating in the air. I still have, like, a while to work this out. Normally when I'm prepping, like, I leave everything really, really loose until the very last minute. I think, like, the pressure of about to put it on really makes things click together. This is cool. So scene 0, they walk into the trap. We do this. And then we break, do the character intros. Okay, because I want this fight to only last like 2 or 3 rounds. It has to be a really quick one. Because we want to get to these character intros. And then we'll do the rendezvous with Alex. Sort of get the exposition. Yeah. I should have named him instead of Alexander Louis. He should be Alexander Exposition. Alright, and then go to the art studio. I like this, right? This is cool. And then we have another little investigation here. And then when you jump into the painting, all the fun stuff starts to happen. Cross the bridge. The bridge is starting to collapse because it's splashed with turpentine, so it's going to be a challenge to get across it. Climbing the mountains, fighting the painted dragon, and then actually inside the wizard's tower. So I could probably think of a few things inside this tower that I can put there. Some more illusions. An Acropolis could be a meaningful location for Paladin of Remembrance. That's a good point. So let's think now. Traps in a wizard's tower. You know, maybe I don't even need all this, right? This is already a whole lot of stuff. I think the doppelganger servant ruse, that could be enough. Well, no, because we have to do something with the servant, right? Because if they take the servant, they should be able to avoid something, as the doppelganger leads them up to what he thinks is another trap, or she thinks is another trap with a doppelganger. Or if they dispose of the servant, nope, then this triggers this scene where everything collapses. Yeah, okay, this is turning out to be a pretty good adventure, I think. All right, chat. I know there's a couple of you watching. Let's what do you think? Is this enough to run a session off of, or should I, or do you think we need more in the tower or more encounters? The music is also different this week. We got Brazilian lo-fi. That Chilled Cow Lo-Fi Girl channel released all the music. They got the rights to all of it all, so you just listen to it. For some reason, I love the Brazilian stuff. Okay. This is good. This is good. So maybe an idea now is we can sort of pepper all of the stuff. The wrecked bridge. Yes. Okay. Painted dragon in the mountains. Okay. Goat into mountains. Let's go ahead and make a save. Do you tend to run out or tend to run long? Last time we ran long, but that's because we had so much RP. The other ones, they ran kind of short, and that's because I was, they were going to run short unless I fluffed it in a little bit, so I add some stuff. It's hard to say. Like, it's better to have stuff and not use it than maybe just make up a bunch of nonsense on the fly. But if you have stuff, you have to have stuff that you can take away without it wrecking your whole story. Okay, so let's say go to the mountains. It's going to be a con save. DC, let's make up a number. 14 or exhaustion. Or fatigue. Okay. If you fell into the bridge. Into cold water. Disadvantage on save. And take a second level. If fail. Okay, so the painted dragon, they're gonna be 6th level. So maybe a young green dragon? That sound about right? So I want to have its breath weapon be something kind of special, right? Yeah, I think maybe the young green dragon will be okay. It will look like a full-grown dragon, but only have stats of a smaller one. Yeah, I think that works. I think that works. And then they get to the wizard's tower. Okay, this is going to be a imagination challenge, right? I'm not going to think of a way to how to solve this, how I want to do this. If the characters come up with a clever way to cross the bridge, I'm just going to let them do it, and if not, we're going to have to run some skill checks to see what happens. Paint breath. The breath is like color spray. Or, shoot, what are those other spells? The prismatic sprays? Those ones are vicious. Those ones are vicious. Alright, that's good. That's something to work with right there. I like this. Alright, this will be fun. Okay. So they have to find the doppelganger somewhere. The doppelganger's going to be the top of the tower. Okay. Yep, I like this. Okay. So they find the servant. Doing menial work. Ask what's their story? How do they get trapped in the painting? Trapped in painting by years ago. Desperately wants to be free. To be free, but can't get past the dragon. Claims to know the way out. It's just through here. Here is trap with Doppelganger. Awesome. Okay. And so if the heroes kill the Doppelganger, what will happen? I don't know. I need to think about that one. What will happen if they go up there, they don't see through the servant, they just kill the Doppelganger, who's dominated to act like a wizard? Nothing? I've never seen Bravery Default 2. No idea. Okay. The painting collapses. They have to escape skill challenges. Okay. So DC 16. And let's do this one. 3 successes. Before 3 failures. Okay. Cool. I think this is a good amount to work on. Yeah, I think this is a full one shot right here. They want to go into the painting, grab the wizard, get her out. Has a little bit of a mystery, has a little bit of foreshadowing. They get there, has a little twist at the end. But I want to work on this Doppelganger fight a little bit. I need to think about how that's going to play out. Okay. So what will the fight with the wizard or Doppelganger look like? You know what? Maybe I don't have to have a big fight right there. Maybe I don't. Because the fight with the painted dragon, that's going to be really cool. And this is starting out with a fight. Maybe I need to have... I need to think on this. If they fight the Doppelganger and kill the Doppelganger and believe the servant story, what happens then? Okay. If fight servant, we know this one happens, collapse, right? If fight Doppelganger, it's a trapped room. Trap when Doppelganger dies. No. I don't know. If they fight the Doppelganger, or try to capture the Doppelganger, they will... Yeah, you know what? That's fine. That is fine. They can bring the Doppelganger out of the painting. Because the servant will show them how to get out of there then. Right? And because the heroes will think that they have their target. And then the servant will leave with them and the servant will flee because the servant is actually the wizard in disguise. That works, yeah. The heroes bringing back the wrong target. That could be what happens if they fight the Doppelganger. But yeah, that's perfect. And we can have some consequences. So what I think I might want to do between now and then is build a tree. I want to leave like this, maybe this idea of the regicides and who can go after who in the Discord. That way it seems a little bit more real that which missions they're choosing actually matter for the campaign. I think that might be just enough not to make people who are watching just one episode feel like out of place. Okay, yeah. Well, I am feeling pretty good about this. I hope everyone in chat liked this too, and I think this is pretty good. What I'm also going to do, maybe not online, is I'm going to go ahead and preload some descriptions from dScryb. They're the ones who are sponsoring the stream. They have loads of box text. So I'm going to go through and find a description for the bridge, a description for the tower, a description for the mountains, and just drop them in here so I have the box text preloaded. If you want to watch any of these episodes of Killers of the King, the first 2 are on my $1 Patreon. The third one is going to be live until Thursday. I'm also going to be sending out a summary to my $1 patrons. Like, here's what happened in each episode with timestamps to the important scenes, in case you want to watch the whole thing. If you have some thoughts on ways I can improve this adventure, some things that you might want to see added in before Friday, be sure to let me know in the comments below.